Hey Dungeon Master, has this ever happened to you? You spent hours fleshing out towns, NPCs, and monsters. You craft unique encounters, elaborate quests, and plot twists. Yet, when you sit around the table, the players aren't engaging as much as you hoped. And despite all the preparation, you still feel something is missing? If any of this sounds familiar, this video is for you. We're drawn to become Dungeon Masters for different reasons. It's easy to get carried away and neglect the most important ingredient in game prep, the players and their characters. If our game is a story, then they are its heroes. The secret superpower of the best Dungeon Masters in the world is that they know the players around the table and their characters very well. This is the key to engaging your players in the game. It will also help you waste less time on things they don't care about. You need to take notes on each character and review them as the first step of preparation for each session. Do you remember what you cared most about when you started playing D&D? If you're like me, it was your character. Every character is the most important piece of the game world to the player who created them. That is quite natural. As Dungeon Masters, we need to know the details about the character of every player as well as they do. This will supercharge each other step of your game preparation. It will help you to balance your encounters better. It will also help you to build each future chapter of your narrative around the characters. Their backstories and abilities should be the first thing on your mind when you sit down to brainstorm your next session. It's very helpful to keep these notes in a document. Try to fit everything on a single page or a single screen. Here's what I keep in mind: the PC's names, a short summary of their backstory, their AC, their hit points, their damage per round, their skill proficiencies, and notes on each player's gameplay preferences. I've added a Google Docs template in the description to help you start yours. Review the notes on the player characters at the start of your game preparation. This is the most important step in the process. Let's go over the list quickly. I want you to understand why each aspect is important. Feel free to add or remove anything according to your personal needs. Writing down names feels silly. You should know each player character's name, that's sort of obvious. But it's also a great way to quickly test yourself. If you don't even remember their names, then you definitely need to spend more time with your notes. The short summary of the backstory of each party member is very important. This allows you to weave the story around the characters in a meaningful way. You can even use the notes as inspiration to build entire plot lines around each PC. Some players will provide you with longer backstories, and others won't even write one. What you're looking for is 1 to 3 actionable adventure hooks. Are you struggling to decipher what the player finds important for their character? Talk it over with them directly. Ask for short and actionable answers. I want to save my character's sibling from the evil mage. I want to find my family heirloom and reclaim the throne. I want to discover the secret behind the mysterious disappearance of my village's oracle. These are all great examples of what you're looking to write down in your notes. Review the backstories before each session to get inspired. Weave them in the current plot in creative ways. Next up are the AC, hit points, and damage per round for each character. Having all these in one place will give you a snapshot of what to expect in combat. It will help you design your combat encounters more intentionally. Sometimes the party needs an easy win to have some fun, and sometimes they should face dramatic odds in order to feel heroic. A deep understanding of the party's tactical capabilities is the key to great combat encounter design. Why should we write down their skill proficiencies? Because they're very hard to remember. Add challenges to the encounters you prepare for the session based on what your party members excelled at. These dice modifiers are a way to expand the fantasy of competence. Try to let each character have a moment in the spotlight from time to time. Avoid relying on skill checks that nobody in the group is proficient with. Next up are the players' game preferences. This basically just means what gets my players excited. Do they love kicking some ass in combat? Do they prefer to solve murder mysteries? Are they looking to explore the ancient secrets of the game world? Depending on the specific personalities of the players in your party, you can lean harder into combat, exploration, or social interaction. Write down what each of them prefers. Add an encounter that highlights this type of gameplay to each session if it makes sense for your story. If nobody likes combat, for example, you can skip it entirely. The same is true for social interactions or puzzles. Keep in mind, any limit limits and values you negotiated as part of your Session 0. If you are new to these terms, check out the description for a link to an article on safety tools in D&D. There's one final secret part of the player character review. Don't forget the Dungeon Master. You too are a player at the table. Make sure to use your notes on the characters as a compass when you're preparing your sessions. But don't forget to build something you will also enjoy running. This video is inspired by the amazing book Return of the Lazy Dungeon Master by Mike Shea. To learn more about running the best games you can without wasting too much time on prep, check out the link in the description. Reviewing your player's characters is just the first step to becoming a legendary Dungeon Master. Each session needs to have a strong start. Click on this video to see how to make it happen.